Good evening. Hi, everyone. Oh, it's so bright in here. Awesome. All right, give me a second and we will start. All right, give me a second. I think that looks good. All right, perfect. We are about to start for the evening. Hello, my family. Welcome to class this evening. We will be practicing a Sunflower Flo. If you're not already, my friend on any of my platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, I would say, I'm not going to say that one. Let's connect. Tonight's class is a Sunflower Flow, so we're going to be flowing through and, winding down for the evening, but still getting our flow on. So that is what you can expect from this evening. Gonna light some incense. It's backwards. I guess that's what we do. About to light some incense. I have some lemongrass here. Hope you guys had a great day today, wherever you are in space and time. You're showing up today to take time for yourself. You are taking time. Okay. So go ahead and meet on your mat. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. I think I'm ready. So let's grab a seat on the floor, on your mat. We're going to start on the floor with some grounding work. So just get in a comfortable seat on the floor, on your mat. We always do yoga on the floor, whatever that means. Just find a nice, comfortable seat. Get comfortable for the next 30 plus minutes. Next 30 plus minutes. Have a seat. I'm going to start us off with just a little sound bowl vibrations for our ears. As we're sitting on our mat, our eyes are closed, we are breathing. We are here to enjoy our practice. As you're sitting on the floor, your hands are comfortable. They can be facing down or up on top of your knees. Let's get a couple breaths in here. Take your hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Allison with Sunflower Collective Yoga. We are practicing a sunflower flow today, this evening, morning, wherever you are, replaying. Like and subscribe. I'm on YouTube live, and I am also on Instagram live streaming. So, hi. Thank you for joining. Follow me on YouTube. My information is in my bio. So as we're sitting in this position, hands to heart center. Let's get a couple breaths in right here. Breathe in. Release out. Breathe Breathe in. Release out. One more. Breathe in. And release out. Let's take our right hand and ground it down to our side. And take our left hand to our right ear. And you're just going to gently pull to the left, or just your hand is on the side of your head. It does not have to be heavy. It can be light. And your left ear is going towards your left shoulder. And this is soft movement. Remember, we're just beginning. We're just starting out. Soft movement. Keep breathing right there. And release. Come back up. Take your right hand onto the left ear and slightly push to the right. Or that pressure, that left hand is pushing down. It's a nice stretch. That neck on the left side. Remember, if something that doesn't feel good, you can always stop. Everything should feel good. Everything should feel good, okay? If you feel anything different, don't continue with that position. And release your hand right there. We're just going to put our hands out in front of us now. You're going to get a nice little stretch right here. Depending on how flexible you are is how far you can go. Nice. Come up to sitting. Just kind of, you can kind of just like do a little reverse in and out right here. And then come to center. We're going to come onto all fours. So we're on all fours. Hands in the mat. We're going to do some cat-cow. When you're doing that cat-cow, you're grounding in those hands and the tops of those feet. See that up or down. Cat-cow. We're grounding today, so the balance of grounding in your life should resonate through your practice today. We show up because we need to show up. We show up because it is what we're passionate about. Keep breathing. A couple more right here. A couple more. Keep breathing. One more, and come to neutral. And let's do our opposite. So we're going to do some crunches. So take your right leg out, left hand out, and we're just going to crunch it in. So like that, elbow to kneecap. Elbow to kneecap. Oops. Elbow to kneecap. Keep going. Elbow to kneecap. And one more. And push that out. So let's grab. If you can grab whatever you can grab. Maybe you can grab your ankle. Get a nice little stretching right here. Maybe you grab the tops of your toes. And then release, no slingshotting. Put your hands and knees down. Beautiful. Let's move to the left side. Stick that left leg up, right arm out, and go ahead and crunch. One more. Out, and bring that right hand down and left hand down. Nice. Let's do the child's pose right here. And come back on up. We didn't grab our, let's bring our left leg back up, right arm out, and you can get that stretch in. We want to do both sides. So remember, you can grab those toes, the ankle. The other day we talked about using a strap. This is a good place to use a strap. It all takes time to get used to, by the way. And then release. No slingshotting. Hands down, knee down. And let's go into downward facing dog. First down dog of our practice. Go ahead and pedal it out. Move it side to side. Whatever feels comfortable. Couple breaths while doing this. Then come to stillness. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. And rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. We're going to go into our sun A and B round. So at the top of your mat, breathe in and release out. Breathe in, arms go on up and fold. Up halfway and fold. Vinyasa. You can step back or just back. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Couple breaths right here. And when you're in your down dog, you can do dolphin pose or three-legged dog. You can add in whatever movement that works for you. One more breath here. And bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. And rise all the way on up. Hands on up. Nice. Go back bend. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Nice movements. You look good. You feel good. You sound good. I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I'm just going to say you look good and you sound good. Because you do. Because I know your breathing is on point and your movement. You are solid. So at the top of the mat, let's bring those hands together. Bring those hands together and go ahead and look on up. Hands go on up and fold. Up halfway. Fold. Step or jump back. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. Two more breaths. Come back to center. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Nice. We're going to start doing our sun bees next. Arms up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one. Take that right leg forward. Left leg back. Left foot at a 90-degree angle. Bend that right knee. Arms are up. Warrior one. Eyes are facing forward. Hips are facing straight forward. Foot 45 degree. And hands go down. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Hands on up. Warrior one. Hi everyone. If you're joining me, I'm streaming live on YouTube. Go ahead and vinyasa. Hands down. Subscribe. Like the stream. All those fun words. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. Remember, you can do both sides of your stretching. 3-legged dog. Whatever movement you like to do in between. I have to do my marketing in between breathing. We're live, baby. And come back to center. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Hands to heart center, beautiful. Sun bee, arms up, chair pose. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one. You're in a rhythm now. Arms up, warrior one. And vinyasa. Hands down. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Arms going up. Nice view. And hands down. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. You'll start to get your flow when you're moving, so make sure to catch your breath. Take your time. Move as fast or as slow as you need to. Keep breathing. The breath is the consistent. 2 more breaths right here. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And stand on up, hands to heart center. Beautiful. And let's take our hands on up. Hands are up, and we're going to intertwine our hands. So we're taking our hands, they're facing outwards and intertwined, and we're pushing out. So our hands are up in the air, pushing out, and we're going to come into half chair. So half chair, push to a half chair. Our hands are pushing forward. Relax those shoulders. Push out through those hands. And release, hands going down. Up, hands down, up halfway. You can do crow pose or malasana. Malasana squat is you're separating your feet and come on down and squat. That's malasana squat. Or you can practice crow pose. And, whatever stage you're at is the best stage. Just be safe is what I say. I like to use a block sometimes. I'm not like the queen of doing crow at all. But guess what? Yoga is a journey. Yoga is a 60-year plus practice, meaning it takes to your older age to master yoga. So don't think that these Instagram baddies, yeah, they're really good, but yoga is a lifelong practice. Remember that. All right, crow pose. So hands down. When you do crow, your feet, your big toes can be touching. Your arms go out, so your hands are wide. You're getting your knee, it's like it's tucked up and you're pressing up and in. So it takes a while to get to that point. But anyway, when you press up, your knee is above your elbow. It's close to your armpit. So hands down. Look, I got a little hang time. Wow, I didn't even need the block. I used to use the block. You can put the block between your forehead. Again, do this if you're like comfortable doing it. I don't want to get anyone messaging me like I broke my nose. Nope. Take your time. Be careful. Put a bunch of pillows around you if you think you're gonna hurt yourself when you fall. So anyway, I put my forehead on the block, and that helps. So go ahead. A couple more seconds. 5 more seconds of play. 3, 2, 1, and vinyasa. So you can step back or hop back, knees, chest, chin, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good movement, everyone. Let's go the right side, warrior 1. Get that nice 90-degree angle. Arms are up. Warrior 1. And let's go into warrior 2. Open to that long side. Hello. YouTube is not seeing me. I guess Instagram isn't either because I'm facing that way. But I'm in a warrior 2. And let's go into peaceful warrior. So take that right hand up. Left hand can go down your leg. Or you can wrap that left arm behind like it's trying to get into that right pocket. Okay. Go ahead and get that stretch in right there. Peaceful warrior. And come back into warrior 2. And now we're going to go into side warrior. You can see me on Instagram, beautiful. I was like moving in and out of the frame. I'm about to fall. Sorry. My phone's over here, so I'm like reading the messages. if I need to. We got all this set up over here. All right, so we're in extended triangle. Okay. So our arms are out wide and extended triangle. So we're going to straight push with that right hand as you go down. And that hand can touch your top of your foot or the ground. This is a good place to have a block. If you use blocks, maybe you have some books. If you need help getting to the ground, if you need something, you can put something there right beside your foot. And we're up in a triangle. And we're going to take our left hand down and we're going to put it on the ground. We're going to do a revolve triangle. So you can come up on the, I'm trying to remember. Yeah. So you just kind of twist. So your right hand goes up, your left hand's down, and your left foot's still in the same place. Right leg straight. Revolve triangle. Let's ring it out, everyone. Keep breathing right here. One more. And then come to extended side angle. So we're taking our right elbow onto our right knee. Left hand goes at an angle above your head. Nice. And next we'll do revolved side angle. So this time, I like this. And then trying to remember how to do it. Side angle. So we're going to take our left hand over and then our right hand goes up. Doesn't seem right. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and call a vinyasa. So go ahead and get out of that position that I've tangled you into. And vinyasa. Remember, you can always take your knees down when you're doing your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Nice. We're going to do the left side. Just take that left foot forward. Left foot forward, warrior one. Hands up. And warrior two, arms open to the side. Peaceful warrior. Remember, hands down, or you can take that right hand trying to grab for the pocket on this side. And side extended triangle. Just take that arm over. Good. And revolved triangle. So take the right hand down and left hand up. You can come up on that back foot. And now we're going to come back up. And we're going to go into revolved side angle. So take that left elbow onto that left knee. Arm is up above you. And take that hand down in vinyasa. Go right ahead. Nice work. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Nice. 3 breaths right here. Three breaths. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. And rise all the way on up. Take those arms, hands, reach up. Get a nice little back bend right there. And hands to heart center. Beautiful movement, everyone. Beautiful movement. We're now going to we're going to do our toe hold. So at the top of the mat, you can grab your toes. We're going to bend forward. You can grab your toes. So you can grab them with your 2 peace fingers. Toe hold. You can bend your knees right here. Elbows will bow out to the side. You're pulling. Bend your knees. Keep breathing. Release your shoulders down. You've been sitting all day. You've been sitting all day. Get it out. And release those hands. Now we're going to take our hands and put them underneath your feet. So try to get your toes to your wrist. You're like, what? Just do the best you can. With practice, you get better. These poses are actually not my favorite, but you know what? The way through is through. Bend your knees and breathe. Couple more breaths. One more. Slowly release your hands. Nice. You can wiggle it out. Just wiggle it out. Nice. And let's rise all the way up to the top. Nice. So we're going to step to the long side of our mat. Long side. Nice. We're going to do some different stretches. I'm trying to say the Sanskrit name, which is like, Sanskrit is like a different language. I don't even want to dive into what, it's the language of yoga, but Sanskrit has different origins in its meaning. So I'm not going to dive into that because I need to read more about it so I can talk more knowledgeably to my audience about Sanskrit. So we're going to start off, we're going to do some folds right here. So we're going to take our hands to our hips right here. We're going to do we're going to do our wide-legged fold. So you can come out a little wider or whatever's comfortable for you. Hands on your hip, and we're going to fold forward. So again, your feet are wherever it's comfortable. Your hands can stay on your hips, or they can come down to the ground. Your hands are nice and wide when they're on the ground. You can start moving your hands back too, just depending on where your comfort level is. And if you are there in your practice and your flexibility is there, you can take your tripod headstand in this position as well. And if you're doing those poses, it's because they're in your practice. And a couple more breaths in whatever pose you are in. You're going to if you're upside down, come on back down, hands on your hip, and rise all the way back on up. Beautiful. Next, we're going to take our hands behind our back. So you can clasp your hands behind your back. You can have them like this. You're grabbing opposite elbows. Or you can do prayer arms. And we do prayer arms because we're folding in this. Your hands should be staying on your back. Okay? Hopefully you guys can see that. Your hands, when you're folding, they're not like falling apart. They're solid. So, try both so you can know what it feels like when you're doing this position and you're bending because you're like, oh, I can do it. But, you know, when you get into these deep bends, sometimes like these things, it's a deep bend. Anyway, so you can grab your elbows or you can have prayer hands behind your back, whichever position you decide to take. We're standing in wide leg. Our legs are elbow to or hand to elbow or prayer hands, and we're just going to fold. And when they're in prayer hands, your hands stay together. I know it's a nice little stretch. Couple more breaths right here. And up halfway and up all the way. Nice movement. You can release those hands behind you. And we have one more fold. So you're going to take your hands together behind your back like this. So when you fold, your arms are like that. And depending how flexible you are, you know, you could fold all the way down onto your back and your legs are in the air. That is not me, but I just want you to know that is where this pose takes someone, depending on which level and flexibility. Really, you know, flexibility is, we'll go ahead and clasp our hands behind our back and go ahead and fold. Flexibility can come through practice. Practice and consistency, okay? So don't just think, oh, you're just born with flexibility. Nah, you put in the work. When you put in the work, you get results. The only way through is through, my friends. Couple more breaths right here. And release. Hands on the hips, up halfway, and rise all the way on up. Beautiful. And let's step back to the top of the mat. Right here. And go ahead and move through a vinyasa. Maybe you want to do a vinyasa on the ground or a standing one, whichever you'd like to. Vinyasa. And when you finish your vinyasa and you're in down dog, come on down onto, we're going to do camel pose. So come on down to your knees, all fours, and then you can just have a seat on your heels. Yeah. So we're going to do camel pose. I'm going to demonstrate camel pose. So camel pose is when we put our arms behind our back and we're going for our ankles. So our arms are going for our ankles right here. So when we start out, our hips are facing forward, our chest is pointing up, chin's pointing up. Hands can be on the back of your thighs and they just help move down. And this is the first spot. So maybe this is all where you go. Okay. So right there, it's a deep back bend too. So take your time coming out of it. Don't just rush out of it. I felt my back right there. So again, the first position is you're just grabbing your thighs and you're getting into that position. If you want to go into full camel at this time, because you can, go right ahead. So we're going to come into our position and go right ahead, move into your camel. Chin's looking up, keep breathing. Maybe your hands go down to your thighs. And release slowly. Slowly and going into child's pose. Go into child's pose. Nice. And come back on up. Camel pose again. And you can go into full camel pose if you can. So chin up. Hands. Go ahead and move into that position. And release. Come on up. Nice. Go into child's pose again, just for a couple seconds. Nice. And let's come on down to our stomach. We're going to do upward bow and some floor positions right here. So you can take your hands out wide. And we're sitting up. This is Sphinx pose right here. Chin looking up. Nice. Sphinx pose. And now we're going to do our superhuman pose. So you can come on down. You can put your right or left cheek down to the mat. Right or left cheek. Arms can go down to your side. Hands are facing up. And now let's push on up into super position. So our hands are facing down. Tops of our feet are on the ground. Chin is up. Hands are out to the side. We're flying. Imaginary airlines. And release. Cheek down to the opposite mat. Opposite cheek to the mat. Nice. Come back on up. This time we're going to reach for our... This time we're going to be flying. So you can come all the way up. Hands in front of us. Feet up in the air. Breathe. Get a little flutter in there. Hands and feet. And release. Opposite cheek to mat. And come back to center. This time grab your ankles. And go right on head. Push into your hands. Maybe you come up, maybe you don't. And release. Nice. You can windshield wiper. Awesome. And we're going to roll onto our back from here. So go ahead and roll onto your back. On the back. We're on the downside of our practice right now. So we're going to grab our knees in. So you can just get a little massage right here. Go side to side. Nice. Release. And let's do our bridge and wheel. So if you'd like to do wheel, you can do wheel. If you'd like to just do bridge, do bridge. Do whatever pose feels good for you. All right, so we're going to bring our heels in a little closer to our bum. Hands are down to our side. And we're going to push on up into wheel. Into bridge. And when you push up into bridge, you can push your shoulders up underneath your backside. Your hands can touch your heels, or they can just be down to the side, depending on your intensity. Keep breathing. And release. Nice. We're going to do 3 this evening. So, I guess that's 4 total. Yeah. 3 more. So you can push up into wheel. I will demo one wheel, but only if it's in your practice. So always be careful. Also, like and subscribe my Facebook, and I'll show if you're on my my YouTube. I'm trying to have a conversation, and I have Yoga Brain. Please like and subscribe to YouTube, and if you'd like to, my Instagram. So wheel pose or bridge. Go ahead and push right on up. Bridge or wheel. Push on up. Keep breathing. And come on down. Nice. And go right on up into bridge or wheel. And release. Last one. Bridge or wheel. And go right on up. And release. Nice. And let's just kind of swish, swash those legs. You can side to side, those legs. And let's do our happy baby pose. So we can take our hands. Your 2 fingers can grab your between your toes, or your hands can grab the tops of your feet. You can sway side to side right here, switching your legs, getting a stretch in there, whatever feels good. And you can release your legs. You have a couple minutes to move through some movements that you feel like. You could do legs up the wall. You could do an inversion if it's in your practice. You could do another vinyasa. You can go into shavasana. Whatever feels good to you. Now is the time you have to end your practice in the way you would like. So go ahead and move through those movements. Couple more breaths in your movements. When you're ready, you can move into shavasana. You can stay with your legs up the wall. Whatever feels comfortable for you, go into that position. When you're in this position, your eyes are closed. Keep breathing. Shavasana. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, you can roll onto your right or left side, whichever feels comfortable. When you're ready, you can sit on up. Eyes can stay closed. And just come sitting into a seated position, something comfortable. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Message for the evening is grace for the grand gesture. So what I say as we end our practice, your master gesture was showing up today. When you show up for yourself, you're showing up for you. Yourself, you, myself, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You are showing the gesture of tending to yourself is the best gesture you could ever do for yourself. So do remember that you are the destiny of your future. Every gesture you do, every intention you set, every step you take is a part of your path. With our hands at heart center, thank you so much for joining me today. Ashe, have a great day, evening, morning, whatever time it is where you are. Grand gesture. Grand risings. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Please like and subscribe. Please share with any of your friends. If you have any suggestions for any classes or any movements you'd like, please let me know. There's information in my description box after the class. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Have a great evening.